he's going to get a rude awakening, so to speak, by Rob Font. At least that's what Rob Font thinks. He says, I'm going to come in here. You're a smaller guy. You're finally forced to move up, and you don't understand that at 135, it's a little bit of a different story. And when you talk about being the best striker, you must not know who Rob Font in the New England Cartel is. So let's talk about it, man. Number 8 versus a dude who he can get a lot of hype off of, man. You get a big win over Deiveson Figueiredo. What do you think about the jab of Rob Font against Deiveson Figueiredo? We know he likes big punches. We know he likes to attack space, likes to close the distance, grapple. But if there's one thing that I don't think he fared well with in the Moreno quadrilogy, it was a jab, AJ, believe it or not. So Rob Font's jab is crispy. You think it's going to do some damage in this one?
I might have to eat some crow on this one in the post-show, Derek, but I think Christmas came early for Rob Font because when you get a massive name in Deiveson Figueiredo, you get to take down the bad boy of the younger division or the smaller division trying to come up and make a stand. Not at all, not for Rob Font. And then not only does the jab work well, but the 1-2 down the pipe is Figueiredo's worst enemy, man, especially when he is trying to dominate the fight, trying to solidify himself as that dog in the round and really put some pressure on you. Next thing you know, you're eating a clean 1-2 when Figueiredo, his hands are open. He's trying to land those big bombs over the top, trying to throw all the power in the world, and you still just keep getting your head pushed back, jabbed back consistently. It's going to add up. It's going to do a lot of damage. I see it working very well here.
That's right. And I actually misspoke earlier when I was talking about Jalen Turner, Bobby Green, height, reach, right? That was actually 4-inch height, 5-inch reach, right? This one is a little closer, but it's still noticeable. It's the one I mentioned. 3-inch height advantage, 3.5-inch reach advantage. So Rob Font is the bigger guy. It's going to be pretty clear. And we saw that if he can step on the gas early and not react too much, just get in there and assert your game plan, I think that he can have a lot of success too. Now, there's one part that really troubles me here, man, is Deiveson Figueiredo truly is the full package. I think that after a while, the Moreno matchup, 4 times in a row, you know what they're going to do, all that good stuff. They both had similar games. Rob Font can grapple, but Deiveson Figueiredo can grapple, AJ. So you're replenished. You're not cutting as much weight. You probably got a little more in the gas tank once you start pushing it. Do you expect to see a grappling-heavy approach from Deiveson Figueiredo instead of the pure sit down, walk you down, feet planted, and just chuck bombs? What do you think?
If we see it, Derek, it's going to be in round 2. I still think the ego of Figueiredo is going to be there. He's going to be wanting to solidify himself as that bad boy in the new division, which I'm all here for. If he can get it done, man, he is going to be shooting to the moon. The thing is, though, he's in that new class. He's no longer having to cut as much weight as before. The speed he's going to be able to maintain. But what happens when that power, when the strength you used to have against these little guys doesn't happen anymore? You hit somebody with all you got and he blinks and just looks right back at you. Then it really starts to test the character of Figueiredo if he is that bad boy. We've seen him shudder a couple different times. But, man, if he can get it done, this is the absolute best opponent to do it in because they're going to put the whole division on notice if you beat Rob Font.
Can Deiveson Figueiredo afford to move backwards in this matchup and still win?
No. Even if he wins the fight, but he goes backwards the entire time and doesn't really do enough damage. One, I don't think he'll win the fight, but we've seen crazier things happen with judges. But also, just the allure that he has in that, that God of War kind of style, I don't think it's going to work for him.
So this is the only thing that I see being really problematic. I kind of can see this matchup almost being a replay, depending on how Figueiredo shows up, being a replay of Rob Font versus Jose Aldo, where Rob Font is putting it on Jose Aldo all throughout the round, or against Cheeto Vera, and you're just getting clipped at the end, right? Clipped at the end. Clipped, dropped, still back up, right? Figueiredo has the power, I believe, to be able to catch him. And we've seen Rob Font's chin. I don't even want to put the questionable tag, but let's just say questionable, right? We've seen Figueiredo eat some shots and still be fine, but this is up a weight class. So with that being a point of emphasis right there, Figueiredo, we already know he doesn't throw a lot, man. His significant strikes per fight, per 15 minutes right now, I think we're looking at, hold on, let me pull up the number. It is 3 significant strikes versus almost 6 for Rob Font. So Rob Font almost doubles that. So I imagine if we don't see a finish and we don't see a ton of grappling, Rob Font should be able to get this done on points, correct?
Correct, unless Figueiredo is able to steal the rounds by those big moments, man, especially in the recency of how the MMA judging has been going. When moments happen, you get the oohs and the ahs of the crowd. It kind of sways the judges. It really shouldn't, but we've seen it happen a couple different times where big things go down and the fight ends up changing, a round stolen, who knows where it's actually coming from, which judge is doing it. And I think that right there, besides the power, besides Figgy actually controlling the entire fight, but if Figgy can just win those big moments, he might be able to pull this one out.
That's right. And I'm trying to pull up right now. Well, I'm not able to do it right now, but I want to see what the over and under on this one is in particular, because I imagine that the over is something that a lot of people probably aren't going to be looking at. But I do kind of want to take a look at that. While you're searching that up real quick, AJ, let me just kind of mention too, man, Deiveson Figueiredo, like I said, I think he's a little underrated when it comes down to the submission game right there. And I think that is a point that can be exploited if you are Rob Font. Rob Font has been taken down. He has been controlled. Like I said, he has decent grappling, but Figueiredo pulls that guillotine. He jumps it quick and he's able to get you. He's able to pull out massive jiu-jitsu scrambles and just kind of overwhelm you that way. So if the striking is at a loss, you have to force the grappling. Rob Font better be ready to sprawl and brawl, or we might be in a tough spot right there. But that's really my opinion for this matchup. So I really like Rob Font here. AJ said it. It's Christmas for Rob Font. But then again, Deiveson Figueiredo, he's a big name. He also comes with a lot of pop in his shot. AJ, what do you got?
Over 2.5
is
the favorite, minus 113.
Oh, minus 113. It's a favorite, but it's almost coin toss at that point.
Yeah, so, with the under 2.5 at plus 112.
Okay. So this is almost coin toss. This is almost even money, folks. So I say take a shot in the dark. You're not going to get incredible value at it, but you're not going to, have to put up a ton of money just to kind of ensure that over. So I say if you're not confident in either party, play the over. But if you're rocking with the BWP boys, you're rocking with Rob Font minus 140. AJ, you got anything else on this one?
If you rocking with the BWP boys, you are, and I'm actually taking that. If you're going to take the over, like Derek said, do it, but I'm going to take the decision. Plus 150 for Rob Font. I think he can get it done. I think we're going to see a very nice brawl right here.
Right on. Let's see it.